Well, as I said earlier, we're on an interesting house call today. I don't know if you've heard of the ancient art of Feng Shui. Some call it an art, some call it a science. For Tony Gyenis, it's, I think, a calling, isn't it?
It has definitely been. For me, I started off as a mover 10 years ago. I had a moving company, and I was working around the clock, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Physically moving?
Physically moving, sofas, all these things. And it just got to the point where we just weren't making any money. We just weren't happy. And I wasn't on vacation or anything. So there was a TV segment on TV then that talked about Feng Shui, and I didn't even know what it was. I started reading up on it, and I started implementing those principles into my own home. And within 30 days, things started moving.
30 days?
30 days.
But then you went to New York and you studied
That was the official training. But in the beginning, I didn't have any of that.
You were self-taught initially.
I self-taught.
And from what you've told me is, as a mover, you were going into people's homes, still in the moving business, and you were understanding suddenly why things weren't working in their lives. Give us an example of that.
Well, one example was we would go into a home, and let's say the couple would be having a hard time in their relationship, and they would say they're working things out and things.
Or they're moving because they're divorcing.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And I could see that in the floor plan of the home, because the floor plan would mirror exactly what the couple are going through.
Now, a lot of people would say, oh, this is really out there for them, but for how many thousands?
Well, it's over 4,000 years old, this art, so it's nothing new. It's just, it just needs to be understood. You got to be open for different levels of energy.
So it is really essentially all about energy.
It is, absolutely. And you're changing the vibration of your home. We're
talking about energy in the home, and so viewers are wondering, well, why are we outside in this swarm, which they can probably see, of black flies, because the yard is important as well. We are going to move inside this home, but first, Tony, you wanted to talk about what was going on in this yard.
Yeah, with this particular client, she's Chinese, by the way, and a lot of their culture really kind of downplayed Feng Shui, although it's part of their culture. They just didn't practice it, and over generations they just never thought to look it up and take it any further.
But then decided.
They realized that they had to do something, because there was some relationship issues in their life, and they're having a hard time, and they realized, well, maybe we got to go back to our heritage and find out what it is. Maybe it's in our home.
So
and I found
it right away.
Here? One of the first things I found in the yard here is that this was all barren when we first started. And one of the things I noticed was there was this pond. And whenever, this is right in the love section, your home is divided into 9 sections, a lot like a tic-tac-toe or X's and O's. And every section has a meaning. This area where the pond is in their love section, and it's not moving. You can see there's algae growing, and it needs work, like their marriage needs work.
So their marriage was
you need to move
a little
water.
Stagnant.
That's right.
So
the water has to be moving. So I told them not to turn this on, because I wanted to show the viewers that a lot of people have jacuzzis that's not turned on, and pools that are not turned on, and little ponds like this that are just, they think it's just water, but it's the significance of their lifestyle, and that's what you need to enhance.
And all energy is chi, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So what else were we looking at? Amy, you mentioned the love section, so it can it can relate to love. It can relate to.
Now, if this same pool was in a money section, which would be way on the other side, they would have a lot of financial problems. Their money would be stagnant. For money to be prosperous, you need that circulation. You need the circulation of money. You need to give it and spend it. You need to bring money in, spend money out. And if it's not moving energetically, it's saying your money's stuck. And that's what people say right away, that I don't have money to do da-da-da-da. And then you see things like this, and it just kind of highlights that it is mirroring exactly what they're going through, so it's not a surprise.
Okay.
And so once we start to change things, and we actually have changed a few things in the home, and they're already seeing changes.
We're going to head inside and show you some of those changes in just a flash.